And so it begins. There's so much work to do here. Crazy. The bays are going to start about here. They run north and south. That is the back of the berm for the back bays. All of this brush and treetops, which is just absolutely everywhere, will end up making the majority of the berms. Then they'll be covered with dirt. Right now they're logging out any usable lumber. Try to collect some money back from that. This is kind of more or less the back berm. I'm not sure where this is going to end up, to be honest with you. And there's a big elevation change in here, which should give us some dirt. We can probably get berms like in this north and south. Right now I'm walking to the west. Couldn't even go through here this last weekend. But this is basically the back side of all the berms. And right now I'm heading west, which is toward the long range section. I'm blown away by how many treetops are here. That's a pile of logs that'll be going out of here. This was very thick. I think everything that's left standing in here for the most part will get knocked over and used for berms. That orange stake over there is the back of the 100-yard bay. And then we're going to cut paths through there to get out to 2, 3, 4, and 500 yards. This is looking back toward the north, and this will be completely cleared. I think we're going 35 yards wide by 100 deep for like NRL style, PRS style matches. I hate cutting all these trees out here. I absolutely love the woods, I always have, but we don't have a lot of choice. I bought all wooded property. This is insane. There's a lot of logs going out here. That will be the incoming driveway once we get the state permits all finished up. They're going to come unload these logs. That little stake there is about the back of the long range. So now I'm facing west. Long range is going to go this way. I got to be honest. I don't want to sound like an emotional bitch, but it really kills me destroying these woods like this. I hate seeing these trees go out of here. I mean, look how many nice big trees are in here. It's crazy. Parking is going to go straight back this way, facing east again. So all this has to come out. So inlet, outlet, we were only allowed to have one driveway here. Originally, I think the original video showed the driveway coming in from the other end. So it'll be in and out there. And then kind of see this trail going up through here. That'll stay. All these trees here, kind of like to the edge of that brush right there in front of me, right in there, are going to stay. This area is going to be set up kind of like a park, and the bunkhouse and the classroom will end up sitting in there somewhere. I'll kind of point that out when I get to the other end. I don't know what this all looks like on video, but this part right here is going to be really nice. This is what's left. Let me walk. These trees in here are all going to stay. There'll be little trails that go through here with stone in them for pulling your S3 carts through, or, you know, unloading your truck and getting up to the bays. The bays are all that way for the pistols. Driveway and parking that way. I'm sure this is a crappy video. God, there's so much damage in here. Well, it's not damage. I guess it's what has to be done. The deer tracks through here are crazy. I don't know how many deer are in these woods, but this is the most loaded with tracks and signs I've ever seen on any property. I'm trying to judge from here where the back of the bays are. So I have quite a ways to go. Berms may end up being deeper than I originally thought. We're trying to get the berms I'm sorry, the bays for the pistols to be 15 yards wide by 25 yards deep. I'm still not at the back of where those berms are going to start, but I'm close. You can look way up there on that hill. Where is that? I believe that red mark in that tree. Probably another 15 yards ahead of me still that direction, or the back of the berms. So this area in here is what I'm hoping to keep kind of like a park. There may end up being a pond in here if we need some dirt, at least something small. And then let me walk back toward the, going north, walk back toward the east again. I don't know. I'd like to keep the clubhouse deal, the bunkhouse, whatever you want to call it, kind of in the center, but I really like this higher ground over here because this elevates. There's 20 foot of rise. You can see my Suburban sitting up there on the hill. That's 20 feet higher than the far end of the range. Pretty darn good view from up here. Those orange ribbons are the back of the berms. Let's see if I can find it. That pile of logs over there are about the back of the berms. And then way over there, you can kind of see the field out there, is the far edge. And I was just standing here on top of this hill, looking through here. It would take me a whole lot to take just those couple trees out right there to easily get, that's got to be a solid 300 and some yards back there. It almost looks like there's a fence, but there's not. This might be a good spot for a long gong match. And I'm getting a really hard east wind, which it never blows out of the east here, but anyway, that's probably enough for today. Making progress. I don't know if this will be done by March or not. I'd like to at least have the bays in so we can get some shooting and matches in over here. Have a good day.